curious, you might have heard a cracking sound or seen tiny sparks when taking off a synthetic sweater on a cold morning. That small annoyance is caused by the exact same mechanism as the massive strikes across Lake Victoria during heavy rains. Both are driven by electrostatics, the buildup and invisible movement of microscopic particles called electrons. Everything is made of atoms. At the core of every atom are heavy, positively charged protons, locked tightly in the center. Surrounding them are lightweight, negatively charged electrons. The critical rule here is that protons are prisoners and electrons are explorers. Because protons are trapped in the nucleus, only the negative electrons can actually break away and move from one object to another. We often think of a neutral object as having no charge. In reality, a neutral object is packed full of billions of charges. It simply has an exactly equal number of protons and electrons, so they cancel each other out. Any disruption to this perfect balance triggers the fundamental law of electrostatics. Opposite charges will strongly attract to restore the balance, while like charges will repel each other. You disrupt this balance every time you rub two different materials together, like a plastic pen against a dry cloth. The physical friction rubs the surfaces against each other, which tears the explorer electrons off the cloth and forces them onto the pen. The pen is now overloaded with negative charges. The cloth, having lost those electrons, is left with exposed positive protons. The friction did not create new electricity. It simply relocated existing charges, creating an imbalance that now exerts a physical force. We use an instrument called a gold leaf electroscope to detect these invisible charge imbalances. Bringing the highly negative pen close to the electroscope's cap forcefully repels its free electrons, which flee downward into the central rod and gold leaf. Flooded with negative electrons, they share the same charge. Following our fundamental law, they push apart. The pen never touched the cap. This is charging by induction, an electric field forcefully rearranging electrons across empty space. This same mechanism operates inside thunderclouds, where violent winds cause water and ice to rub together. This massive friction rips electrons downward, creating a pool of negative charge at the base. Through induction, this repels electrons in the earth below, leaving the surface highly positive. You have a massive negative charge in the sky and a massive positive charge on the ground. When the attraction between them becomes too strong to hold back, the balance must be restored. Millions of electrons violently jump the air gap. That massive discharge is a lightning strike. Because lightning takes the shortest path to the ground, isolated or tall structures, like rural school buildings, are highly vulnerable to these discharges. To protect them, we install a lightning conductor system consisting of sharp metal roof spikes, a thick copper strip running down the exterior wall, and a copper plate buried deep in the moist earth. The sharp spikes do not repel the lightning, they invite the strike by offering the electrons a highly conductive, low-resistance path to the ground. When struck, the massive flow of electrons travels down the copper strip. The charge entirely bypasses the building materials and dumps safely into the earth. A lightning rod works by accepting the rules of electrostatics, providing the electrons exactly what they want, the easiest possible path to the ground. It comes down to three physical rules. Electrons are the only particles that move. Opposite charges attract, while like charges repel, and conductors provide safe highways for these forces to travel. By tracking the movement of the smallest particles in the universe, we can map electric forces and engineer simple systems to protect our homes from the most destructive weather in the sky.